Hello, my name is Daniel, and I want to thank you for stopping by our website to check out what we're doing here. We've developed something called the Mini Cloud Station, and it's pretty cool technology, and we're going to talk a little bit about what are the benefits of cloud-based technology versus the way companies are using their workstations today. The workstation really isn't cloud-based. It has localized applications that run on it that require licensing, constant problems with upgrading different versions of the software and so forth. Whereas with cloud-based technologies, you're simply accessing a web page, and the web page owner of the product is maintaining that software for you. They're maintaining the rev levels, they're maintaining the operating system on the web server. So they are removing all of those administrative costs that you are currently associated with your company. So from an IT perspective, the IT guys do not like what we're going to show you here because it moves a lot of their job function away and out of the enterprise and into the cloud, where it's managed by very professional people, very high reliability. If you lose a device or if our workstation goes down, you simply replace the workstation. There's no programming involved. You plug it in, you turn it on, and you log in to your Google Cloud account, and all the applications that were there before, all your documents that were there before are still there. So you can store some amount of documents locally on the system. We don't prevent you from doing that. But because it has very limited storage space for a reason, because we don't want you storing things on this device, you store files that you're working on in the cloud. And then you can share those documents with people, which is really important because now you're working more as a team. For example, in my line of work, I'm an inventor, so I work with people in China, people in the Philippines. I have some people that I work with out on the West Coast to make this happen. But we don't go to the office and get together and figure this out. We do everything via the cloud. So we share our documents on the cloud, we share the photos on the cloud, specifications, deliverables, invoicing, all of that is basically in the cloud. So if I should happen to lose my phone or my tablet, I just replace those items now, and I log into my Google Cloud account, and I've got access to everything. All of my contact information is stored there. I can't tell you how many times my phone went bad, and I didn't have a backup of all the numbers that were in here. Well, now you're probably more familiar with the way this works. Is that doesn't happen anymore. And the reason it doesn't happen anymore is because they don't store your numbers locally anymore. They store them in the cloud. So if you lose your phone, you replace the phone, all the contacts are still there. That's a really great benefit. Works the same way with all your other documents, spreadsheets, presentations, proposals, things like that on our workstation. And this is called the Mini Cloud Station. This is a patent pending technology that we developed here at WUTSAT Systems, and it's a really cool little box made of very, very tough metal, and there's no moving parts in this thing, so there's nothing to fail. There's no hard drive, there's no fans, there's nothing that moves in this box. This case is constructed in such a way that you could drive a truck over this thing and it will not hurt this computer. Also, you can see that it has Wi-Fi capability, so you can connect it wirelessly, or you can also use a WAN or LAN technology. It does have the RJ45 Ethernet connection as well. We're going to zoom in here so you can see what I'm talking about. So as you can see, we have the Wi-Fi antenna. We have the audio in and out. So this thing is also capable of you can hook this up and use it like a telephone if you want, eliminating the telephone off your desk. You can connect USB devices to this, so if you want to store documents, you can store documents on a USB device, or if you want to connect a CD-ROM, DVD player, whatever you want, you can connect via USB printers. We don't recommend using a USB printer, we recommend using a cloud-based printer technology. Also, it has a VGA port. On the older monitors that only have VGA, you can still plug those in. And then we have HDMI. Now the HDMI is fully integrated with audio, so a lot of the new monitors now have the speakers built into the monitor, and they use HDMI. So there's one cable to the monitor, and then we have the power connector. So that's what's on the back of this box. On the front, we have two USB ports and then the power button. This thing just sits right here next to the monitor, where you can, press the power button, and this lights up when the power is on. Plug in your headset if you want, where you can use this just like a telephone, an IP telephone. And you can plug in your USB devices here, right in the front. Or you can plug them in the back if you want. If maybe you might want to have a CD player or a CD DVD-ROM burner plugged in permanently, well then you could just plug those into one of the 4 ports on the back. The other thing you can do with this is you can just hide this right behind the monitor so that you can't even see it. So as far as real estate is concerned, now you've got a device that is either hidden behind the monitor or sits right next to it, taking up hardly no desk space at all, versus a workstation which is below your desk, you're kicking the wires, you're calling support because you just kicked all the wires out of it. The thing is failing, the hard drive's failing, the fans fail, the thing overheats. This doesn't have any of those problems. There's no moving parts, so there's nothing that fails. If it should fail for some reason, because it is an electronic device, it's bound, maybe a power surge or something, then you just replace the unit. You don't lose anything because you're not storing anything locally. And because it's based on the Linux operating system, you don't have to worry about viruses like you do with Windows. So you're pretty safe there as well. Imagine how much time your IT people today spend fixing problems with viruses. Somebody gets emailed a virus, they launch it, and now their PC is infected. Now they have to place a call to the IT people to fix the problem. So there's a great cost benefit as far as service and maintenance on this box. The IT people are not going to like this because we're taking the data out of the data center and into the cloud or the internet. You're basically storing all your documentations, your presentations, your slides, and so forth in a secure environment on the internet using Google Cloud technology. Now, it doesn't mean you can't store things in your local data center. You certainly can. You can connect to a NAS device or however your company is set up documents to be shared within the company. Maybe you're restricted from placing documents in the cloud. So this has both technologies. Also, if you do want to use Windows, we're not restricting you from that. We add a Windows server to the configuration. This thing remotely logs into the Windows server, and now you've got all your Windows applications that you're familiar with. So you've really got the best of all worlds here. You have access to Windows, you have the open source technologies available to you, you have no issues with software licensing, thereby saving you quite a bit of cost. We have software products on here where you can edit videos, you can edit audio, you can edit photos with a program similar to Photoshop. The graphic capabilities is just incredible. And keep in mind, this does not have a graphic board in it. It has no fan. If we went through so many different design changes to eliminate that graphic card, because the graphic card generates a lot of heat, and that's where we were running into problems. So this box is designed without a graphic card, no fan. The actual casing itself becomes a heat sink, but it doesn't get very hot. It's warm to the touch, and and we think it's really the way to go. Very, very portable. If you did want to take it home, as long as you can connect to Wi-Fi, it's certainly capable of doing that. So if you've got a Wi-Fi connection within your company, you can take your workstation and go anywhere within your building to set up shop, basically. It's just like as if you were going to use your tablet or your phone within a company. Most companies are now implementing Wi-Fi technology so that you can use these devices, because these are pretty much useless without Wi-Fi now. Now, I also use the Chromebook when I'm on the road. This is my preference because it has a keyboard and I can do all of my work here. But anything I do here or any application I install here is synchronized with the mini cloud station. So that's very cool, because if I install it here, it's automatically installed here. If I install something here, it automatically installs on the Chromebook. And we can offer packages where we can provide all of these technologies. If you want us to bundle a tablet with it, we use Google certified tablets or Google enabled tablets, a Google Droid phone, and then of course the Chromebook all synchronizes with this cloud station. So it's really going to, I think it's really going to change the world in the way we do computing. Because now we can go anywhere, travel anywhere with our tablets, with our phones, with our Chromebooks, or come back to the office and sit down with a nice large screen with a great wireless keyboard, wireless mouse, and do our heavy duty work that we normally are accustomed to within our office space. So I think this is really going to change the way the industry is moving forward. And there's no question, if you read the Gartner Group reports, they're reporting that anyone who's moving to cloud technologies is outpacing their competition. So you're either going to stay behind with the legacy systems, or you're going to move forward with cloud technology. We're betting on that you're going to move forward with cloud technology, and you're going to move forward with the mini cloud station from WUTSAT Systems. Well, hey, it was great talking to you. If you have any feedback, leave me some feedback. I get back to everybody. I am the founder and really the inventor of this particular technology. I would love to hear from you. Leave feedback at the bottom of the page, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Take care.